Welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Evan Saint-Gerard. Look, my goal is always to make sure that I have quality people to speak to, different professions, to give out some value to the audience that's you that's watching this. So I've known Scott for a while, and we just got re-engaged with each other, and I know that his service might be able to help a lot of people. So with that being said, I want Scott to introduce himself and tell the people what he does, what his service is, and why it's important for people. Scott, the floor is yours.
Hello. Well, first of all, thank you, Evans, for having me on. I really appreciate it. My name is Scott Grella. I'm a licensed acupuncturist. Um, so that means that I basically insert needles into people to speed up the healing process on a basic level. On a more advanced level, I like to combine Eastern and Western modalities. If somebody comes to me with a pain management situation, um, my first step is to do a complete evaluation on them. And that means focus on their range of motion, their medical history, whatever orthopedic tests need to be done, strength assessments. And then I also go into Eastern diagnostic modalities where we look at your tongue and we look at your pulse and we palpate which means to feel your acupuncture channels to see where there might be an excess of energy or a deficiency of energy. And all of this information helps me to diagnose what tissue is actually being dysfunctional so that I can more appropriately treat it and help you with your pain management. And then I also give you exercises to do or stretches to do while you're not seeing with me so that you can extend the treatment in your own time as well.
All right. My first question is, look, I'm watching this. I'm like, is this something I should get involved with? Do I have a chronic pain? Should I come schedule a time to meet with you? Walk me through the process. Somebody who's watching this, let's pretend it's me watching this, and I'm like, and I call you up. What's the first thing that we do?
Well, the first thing that we can do is I'll have you come in. I offer a complimentary 15-minute consultation, and we can come in and you can discuss what issue that you'd like to be addressed, and I'll ask you a bunch of questions, and we'll see if acupuncture is the most appropriate modality for you. If not, I have other resources where I can refer you to other practitioners if I feel that that's more appropriate. But basically, thousands of years ago in China, when this medicine was mapped out, it was the medicine. There were no diagnostic tools as far as MRIs or blood work or anything like that. The medications were natural herbs that were growing and acupuncture. So that was how people healed themselves. So really, it is medicine. It's just looking at it from a different perspective.
It's an alternative form. A lot of
Correct.
people like alternatives right now. A,
Right.
a lot of people don't want to be on pills, which I don't blame them. They want to try other things. All right, so we've had the consultation, and the person, me, decides, all right, this is the route that I want to take. And I'll give you an example. I'm over 50. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. I'm over 50. I have back pains or lower back pains. And that's my situation. And I go to you and I tell you this, and we agree that we're going to be working with each other. Now, the first consultation is done. I come back to you for a session. Walk me through that. What does that look like?
So the first thing I have you fill out a bunch of paperwork online that tells me your medical history. But so we use in Eastern medicine, we use what's called the four diagnostic methods, and um, that includes inquiry. So I'm going to do an extensive intake on you, ask about your complete medical history, and I want to know everything from whether you have headaches. I want to know if you have digestive problems. I'm going to ask you about genital urinary issues, bowel movement, sleep. This is a holistic practice, so any information that you can give me is very beneficial. Um, and then we use also what's called palpation, which is feeling. So I'm going to feel your pulse, and pulse is a big diagnostic tool in East Asian medicine. There are different pulse positions on each wrist that give me an idea of what channels or organs are being affected. I'm also going to look at your tongue because the tongue provides an internal map of the body and kind of tells me what's going on with your metabolic function. And then we do also listening and smelling. So I'm listening for any abnormal breath sounds or any foul odors that might be coming from the person. This all gives me a lot of different information. And then we'll go through a bunch of orthopedic tests, and I'm going to palpate your areas of pain so I can figure out exactly what needs to be addressed. And we treat in two ways. We treat symptomatically, which means I'm going to address your pain directly. And then we do what's called a constitutional treatment. So while I'm assessing your channels, I'm trying to figure out. Um, so this medicine is based on Taoist principles of yin and yang and balance. So trying to determine where you might have other imbalances that might be hindering your healing process in order to correct that and strengthen you from that perspective as well.
It you said a lot right now. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize basically it's that intensive. I'm pretty sure
I
the
can
audience
speak
is
for
taking a
hours on
second.
this.
All right. All right. So let's say you've done all this and it's a green thumb. I don't know why I said green thumb. It's a thumbs up basically for everything. And you're treating the person basically. At what point, I'm kind of squeamish when it comes to needles. So at what point do the needles come out and are there different sizes of needles? I'm just
So
curious
there
about
are,
that for myself.
yeah, so there are different sizes of needles. There are different lengths, and then there are different gauges or thickness of the needles. Depending on the person's constitution and the area of pain being addressed, will determine what type of needle that I use. Normally, the needles are inserted and they're retained for about maybe 10 to 15, maybe even 20 minutes, sometimes a half an hour if necessary. But again, this is a very individualized practice, so it depends on what the person's coming in for.
All right.
There's no real standard for it.
I'm going to ask because basically I like to be distracted, especially if there's going to be a needle or needles involved. Do you play music in the background
Yes.
or you okay?
Yeah,
So you
I play
got
very relaxing music. So I want you to have a peaceful experience and put your brain in sort of that alpha wave healing state or delta wave healing
okay.
state.
And is what's the lighting situation? Is there like you have like specific lights for that as
I have
well?
I have floor lamps that give a very like a dull light, and I also have a salt lamp that I use as well. So it's a very relaxing atmosphere.
All right. So the person's relaxed. You do your thing, and 15-20 minutes pass by. At what point do you start taking the needles out or returning the needles where they were originally?
So yeah, so I'll leave the room generally and I'll let the person lay on the table and relax for, like I said, 15, 20, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. So the needles are one-time use. They come in blister packets and they're sterile. So once the needles come out of the person, they go directly into a sharps container. They're not reused. They're not saved.
Okay,
They're not saved for another patient, and they're not saved for
good.
the same patient for another treatment. And that's not legal. So if anybody does do that, please report them immediately. But yeah,
All right, that's good to know. All right.
I have actually. So Captain America comes to me to get treated as well.
You know I love the Marvel stuff, and I see the needle hook after.
So that's what the needle looks like, and
Okay,
you can see how relaxed Cap is right now.
yeah, he's
Um,
almost asleep.
yeah, Cap has he has shoulder pain from throwing that shield around, so he's got to.
It's a heavy shield, man. It's a heavy burden. All right, so after everything's done, needles are out. Then what's the next thing?
So I may perform another modality if I feel that it's necessary or indicated. So that would include cupping. So you'll see sometimes athletes they'll have these red marks on their shoulder or their back. So that's a
Yes.
result of cupping, where I'm creating a suction type effect to bring circulation to the area and to move old blood that might be stagnated in the area to make room for fresh blood that will help to carry away any metabolic waste or bring fresh oxygen and nutrients to help heal the area. May also include gua sha, which is a scraping technique. So I have this plastic tool that scrapes along the channels. So it's become very popular with facial rejuvenation lately. You'll see people who want to get rid of their wrinkles, they'll have gua sha done on their face. May also include some acupressure or body work. I like to include a little bit of body work also, which is
Okay.
basically a massage, a nice massage to help relax the area. And then I'll
All right.
also
You
provide
know,
corrective exercises or stretchings.
corrective what?
Corrective exercises or stretching techniques for the person to do in their own time.
Okay. You know what? You're making me think of a lot of things right now. I can't even focus on one question. I think the next question, the obvious one, is basically if somebody is interested in seeking your services. First of all, where are you located, and do you
I'm
travel?
I'm located in Green Lawn, New York, in the Green Lawn Plaza within Rise to Wellness Chiropractic. So that's at 755 Pulaski Road in Green Lawn, New York.
And phone number if they want to call and make an
Also,
appointment
yeah.
or
Um,
consultation.
Yeah, so you can reach me at my email address, which is info@scottgralla.com. My website is www.scottgralla.com. You can call or text me at my phone number, which is 631-606-2195.
I guess the obvious question people are going to ask me is, see, do you accept different kinds of medications or not medication, medical?
So I don't accept insurance. Insurance is kind of hit or miss whether it covers
Okay,
acupuncture, but I will, if the person does have an insurance that may cover, I provide what's called a super bill, and that has the different medical codes which they can submit to their insurance company for reimbursement.
all right, good. I don't think I have any other questions. Who's the ideal person that this would relate to? Like somebody who's stressed out. I guess
Yeah.
pretty much everybody who's stressed out. Anybody who has kids. Well, hold on, I'm in real estate. So if you have kids and you're in real estate, you're a lawyer, you're a police officer, pretty much anybody. Who's your ideal client? Who comes to you often?
So yeah, mostly I'm treating musculoskeletal disorders. That's sort of my specialty, and stress management. But acupuncture can be used for a wide range of things, including insomnia and gynecological issues, headaches, um, digestive issues. Those are all things that, um, I mean, really, I kind of think of this more as a process of self discovery and growth, and self awareness than a healing practice. So really, anybody can benefit from acupuncture and its different modalities.
All right. Again, given that the contact information, just in case something clicked, they're like, I definitely got to see Scott. Talk to Scott. Give them
Sure.
that info one more time.
So you can reach me by email at info@scottgralla.com. You can reach me through my phone number, or either call or text at 631-606-2195. And I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, Scott Gralla Acupuncture.
What about TikTok? You're not on TikTok yet?
Not yet, no. I should be, right?
I keep teasing him about this all the time, guys. Anyway, I hope you guys got value out of listening to Scott, and definitely take him up on reach out to him if you have any questions about the services that he offers. If it's not for you, if it's for somebody else, definitely get in contact with Scott. Set up a consultation. It costs you nothing to do a consultation and see if this could probably help you in your family situation or whoever it is that you're whoever's watching this that you think might find some value out of this. I'm your host, Evan Saint-Gerard, your real estate agent here in the Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Long Island, downstate New York. If you need me for your real estate services and maybe as you're watching this, you're thinking of a friend, family member that might be stressed out and they need to sell their property, give them my information or have me reach out to them. My contact information is easy to give out. It's basically my cell phone, 917-975-5985. As a Brooklyn person, I speak too fast, so I'll slow it down. 917-975-5985. And you can find me on all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, pretty much all the major ones. Did I mention Instagram? I think I did. I'm pretty much on all of them. If you have any questions about real estate, give me a call. If you have any questions about uh, Scott's services, give him a call. And that's pretty much it. Share this with your friends or family, and let us know if you're interested in any of our services or if we can help you in any way. That's what we're here to do. And I just want to say thank you for watching.